Hi, my name is Will McCabe. I'm a district behavior analyst here in Syosset, and I am coming to you this evening from my office slash laundry room slash playroom to teach you how to create a visual schedule for yourself or for your children using nothing but Microsoft Word and Google Images. All you'll need are those two things and a printer. So here we go. I've had to learn a few new tricks just to figure out how to bring you this tutorial. So please bear with me if I make some mistakes along the way, but I'm going to attempt to share my screen here with you. Oh, there's beautiful Long Beach, New York. This was supposed to be open. So I'm opening Microsoft Word. I'm working on a Mac. It's the same exact thing for a PC. You're going to go to File, New Document, How to Create a Visual Schedule using Microsoft Word. Our first step, follow my mouse. We are going to go to Insert, Table, and you're going to need 2 columns, 8 rows. It always gives us these tiny, thin little lines. We're going to have to make that a little darker. So you're going to click this top left box. It's going to highlight the entire table. Go to Borders, Borders and Shading, Width. I like to use 2 1/4. You can use whatever you like. Okay. Now we have some darker lines. Makes it easier to read. Click in the first cell. Hit Enter twice. We'll give ourselves a little bit of room to work. Do that for each cell in the first column. Okay, now we're going to click in the first cell, click and hold, drag to the right, right click, merge cells, make this look neat. Go back home. Here we'll put day. You can put whatever day you like in there. This column will be for the time. This column will be activity. Now, you can use the time. I know it's really helpful for my wife and I. I'm not sure how much my daughter uses it, but it helps us to plan our day. So let's say we start at 8 o'clock to 8:30. It's really good for kids who are, already using the clock in their daily routine, kids who are learning to tell time, and for adults. We can help. It helps us to plan our day. If we want to try a certain activity with them at a certain time, we know we have meetings. She's a third grade teacher. She may have a meeting, or she may have to get into her Google Classroom, or I may have a meeting. We can structure the schedule accordingly each day. Okay. So what should be our first activity? Bed, get dressed. Notice I didn't start with an academic task. Okay. There's plenty of things that occur between the time when your child wakes up and before they get to working on schoolwork. Okay. We want to use those things. So that brings up a question. What should be on the schedule? Okay. Tasks your child can do independently. Activities that generate momentum, promote success like daily living skills, chores, morning and afternoon routines, and even meals. Okay, so you notice I put the first thing on this schedule was make the bed, get dressed. I know my kids usually don't give us too much of a hard time about that. They can get dressed on their own, maybe not make the bed. They might need a little help with that, but right away it gives them a chance to come downstairs and cross something off the schedule right away. They feel successful, they gain a little bit of momentum, and they're on the way for the day. Obviously, we want to include academics on the schedule as well. If you can, try and schedule preferred activities before non-preferred activities. You don't want your kids to go right into something that's really challenging. So if it is possible, just put something in there that you know that they're going to enjoy or that they're going to be able to do independently. Again, just sort of building that momentum. And then you can really start to tackle some of the difficult tasks and school activities. And most importantly, movement breaks. Make sure that you're scheduling movement breaks within the schedule. So let's say we had ELA here, and then we had a break. Now, taking a break and laying down, relaxing, watching TV, or a little bit of screen time, I'm sure is very relaxing, but you're going to have a really difficult time getting your kids back to work after they've been watching their favorite TV show. Plus, our kids really need to move. So sit down with your kids, figure out, different movement breaks that they would prefer, what works for them. If screen time is really motivating to them, that can be included. But really, it should be after 2 or 3 academic activities have been completed. Maybe that could be their recess after lunch, that kind of thing. If your child is really struggling to complete any assignments, just contact their teacher. We would rather prioritize a few tasks and have them start slowly and just sort of scaffold off of that. Um, Even if it's just at home activities, just like waking up and getting dressed in the morning and completing that portion of the schedule, and then they can earn a break. We can build off of that. Visual schedules are going to look different for everybody. If you have multiple children in the house and you're trying to use visual schedules, they really shouldn't look the same. Some kids have more stamina than others and they can work for longer durations. Some kids need more movement breaks. You're going to know best what your child needs, and you really need to figure out what that threshold is and plan your schedule accordingly. Also, we have kids who are readers and kids who aren't readers, kids who respond better to written schedules, meaning with words like we've been creating, or they might need a visual schedule that contains pictures. So let me show you how to do the pictures very quickly. All you have to do is go to Google, enter, and I have all of these amazing pictures right away. Right click, copy the image, go back to Microsoft Word, and paste it right in there. And now you have pictures. Nothing works better than real pictures. Cartoons are great, but they can be very abstract, especially for young children. If you can even take a picture with your cell phone, email it to yourself, open your email, and you can do the same exact thing. Right click, copy, and then you can just paste the actual picture of your kids doing the actual work in the actual location that they're going to be doing it. Nothing is more beneficial. My colleague Marissa Zafraneri and I, we created a slideshow full of resources for you that we feel is very user-friendly. I wanted to show you that really fast as well. Navigating our new normal. This particular topic is on slide 6. You can see visual schedules right here. All of these links are clickable. You can click on here, visit the website, and this article has a ton of resources. There's an entire article on visual schedules, why they're effective, who they work best for. There's a whole bunch of different ideas as to what visual schedules might work for your kids. The one we just created is not the only type of visual schedule. It's the one that I use here at home with my own children. I think it's really easy to create and very simple to follow, but there are different ideas and things that might be better for your kids on here. So I would really encourage you to check out this article. They have printables on here that are pre-made. You can just click and print, and you can edit it on your own as well. So check this out, and be sure to check out my next tutorial. We're going to talk about behavior charts and motivation. How do we get our kids to follow this visual schedule once we have it in place? How do we motivate them to do schoolwork at home, which has really been a consistent challenge for a lot of you and for myself included. So make sure you look out for that video. I'm going to try and include it with this resource that I just showed you, the slideshow. So thank you for listening, and I hope you find this helpful. Take care.